At what point will Mashiach come? What exactly does Chashiyafutza Manasech HaChutza mean? When all Jews are from? When all non-Jews fulfill Shavuot mitzvahs? Or is it only some? If we're working towards the goal of bringing Mashiach, we should know when that goal will be fulfilled. Well, here's the problem. We're dealing with God. And God is worse than the Rebbe. You know how the Rebbe was? You asked him a question. If he didn't want to answer, he didn't answer. And you can pressure Rabbi Klein, you can pressure Rabbi Grona, you can pressure Rabbi Chadekov, you can pressure anybody you wanted. If the Rebbe wasn't going to answer, he wasn't going to answer. The Rebbe has his yonim, has his things, and he does what he has to. The Eibishter doesn't ask anybody anything. He does what he wants. Now the Rebbe is in the Eibishter's head. He knows that we're close to Mashiach. He knows that we're close to Mashiach because of the signs in the Gemara, as he said so many times. He knows we're close to Mashiach because his Rebbe, the Friedrich Rebbe, talked about the fact that Mashiach is coming. And he knows because he has Ruach HaKodesh. A Rebbe sees past the horizon. You know, Chaim Fogelman Zogazunzain has that song. How did he know all the answers to the questions we asked? And he was never wrong. And he was asked everyday questions about life. And if he said Mashiach is coming, Mashiach is coming. And this is key. You know, we trusted the Rebbe with a swipe of his pen to do an operation, not to do an operation, to go on shlichus to this place and not go on shlichus. The Rebbe was never wrong. He couldn't be wrong even once. Because it's a keich leki, it's drada lekim dibebi and belosi al shayni, shchina medaberes mitoich geroinai. The Rebbe's words carried the koyach of the Eibush mamish. So the Rebbe says he needs a Mashiach ba, Mashiach's coming. But the Rebbe said himself he doesn't know why Mashiach isn't here. So there is a combination of factors. The combination of factors are, we must do everything in our power to bring Mashiach. And Mashiach's coming is up to Hashem. And the Rebbe says that we're this close. We're as close as we can be to the coming of Mashiach, short of his actually having come. Meaning that the Rebbe doesn't see the coming of Mashiach based on some kind of a social study. The Rebbe doesn't look at the world and say, okay, this percentage of Jews are from, so Mashiach is going to come in this many years, because by then all Yidden will be from, or Rahman al-Litzlan assimilated. And by then all Goyim will be practicing Sheva Mitzvahs, or the case of Rebbe. He sees that the world is ready for Mashiach. He sees that Yidden are ready for Mashiach. He sees the Eibush is ready for Mashiach. He sees Mashiach is ready for Mashiach. And there is a disconnect. The disconnect is, we have to do everything in our power. To sit back and wait for Mashiach to come would be to delay him. Like the famous story with the previous Rebbe was asked, here he's screaming that Mashiach is coming, and here he's sending your 14-year-old boys to make yeshivas in Dari Asada outside of New York. So the Friedrich Rebbe said, if I know for sure that tomorrow morning Mashiach is coming, and because I know for sure that tomorrow morning Mashiach, if a Yid who's a tzaddik, knows for sure tomorrow morning Mashiach is coming, and because he knows for sure Mashiach is coming tomorrow morning, he misses an opportunity to do a mitzvah today, verter to leave the roof, or he's tzaddik. The feeling comes, he stops being a tzaddik because he missed that mitzvah, that opportunity. Mashiach's not going to come because it makes sense on the ground. But we have to do everything we can on the ground in a sensible way to hasten the coming of Mashiach, by being mekadosh Yidden to Yiddishkeit, by spreading Chassidus, and teaching the Sheva Mitzvahs B'nei Nechtu Mitzvah, and this is a ripe fruit that needs to be picked. It's a bit of a controversy because in the 80s the Rebbe made a huge campaign for the Sheva Mitzvahs, and then apparently the Rebbe pulled back. It's more than apparently. The Rebbe pulled back the campaign of Sheva Mitzvahs. So it's hard to know what is the Rebbe's position today. In other words, how a Hasidim is supposed to react to that. Is it part of Shlichus, or is it not part of Shlichus? Is it part of non-shluchim Lubavitchers to undertake, or is it not part of non-Lubavitch shluchim undertake? I feel very strongly that we must talk about the Sheva Mitzvahs B'nei Neach, but I'm not an authority. No one's an authority except the Rebbe. But we have to do everything in our power to bring Mashiach, everything in our power to spread Chassidus, which hastens the coming of Mashiach. When those two things match up, is not something that we could possibly know. Liba Lepon Palgay, Hashem does not reveal such things. It doesn't mean that Mashiach's waiting for the job to be completed. But it does mean that we can't stop for one moment and rest. And that's very frustrating. But that's what it is to have a relationship with the Eibishter. You daven, and the Eibishter gives, but he gives you no signal, he gives no indication, he doesn't give you a time frame, he does what he wants. And I always say that the Gemara says that one of the Avedas that people are often guilty of is the Aveda called Iyun Tefillah. which means, according to the Rashi, you pray to Hashem and you stand around the way to watch how Hashem is going to deliver it. There's almost an unwritten rule that as long as you're waiting and watching, Hashem's not going to deliver. And you turn your back. When you're not looking, that's when He delivers. That's how the Eibishter operates. And that may be the pshat also in Chassidus. Our role is to do what we were told by our rebbe, because we're his chassidim, and he teaches us what the Eibishter wants from us in our generation. And take it from Yad Mamish, we should be zeichet to the Hisgals of Melech HaMashiach, and we should be zeichet to the Rebbe, and together we should march out of the Golus.